Welcome friends. In this training I'm going to show you how to use the SPSS package. SPSS means Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. It is also known as IBM SPSS Statistics. It is a software package used for the analysis of statistical data. So this is how the SPSS environment looks like. I'm using SPSS version 25. So if you look down, you have the data view and the variable view. The variable view is where you design how the table is going to look like in terms of the data types, the width, the decimal, the label, the values, and alignment, measurement, and rules. So you do the design here, and what you've designed will automatically appear on the data view. So let's get started with our project. Okay, now, so I'll go to the variable view to design how a table is going to look like. So my first field will be interview ID, and the type is numeric. Decimal points, I don't want it to have a decimal, so I'll take it to 0. Then the label will be interview ID. And for now, under measure, I'll pick nominal. I'll explain what that means later on. So I'll move down to name. So under name will be string. String simply represents a series of characters. Under label, it will still remain as string. Then I'll still leave it at nominal. And then I will move to gender. You know that gender can be either male or female. So I'm going to assign the numeric value, and in this value I will give it gender. So I will come around here and specify, I'll tell the system to use 1 to denote male and 2 to denote female. So I'll click on that. Then here it will still be nominal. I'll explain what that means. Then I'll move down to age. So under age will be a numeric value. For now I can leave age with a decimal value of 2. So here the label will still be age. And because we're talking about age this time around, so the measure will appear as scale. And rise. In this case for rise, I'm going to ask a question. It will be a question, and the question is, the label will be, do you like the quality of our rice? So you will either give a value of yes or no. So 0 represent no, and 1 will represent yes. So once this is done, I'll click OK. So here I will now come here and choose ordinal for this. So you see I use nominal, scale, ordinal. So what's the difference between these different categories of measurement? So I'm going to explain it here. For scale, when we're talking about scale, we're looking at numeric data on an interval or ratio scale, and that's why we use it for age. The nominal variables are used to name or label a series of values, so we use that for interview ID, name, and gender. The ordinal scale provides good information about the order of choices, such as in a customer satisfactory survey. So when you're doing survey, you either answering questions, so that's why we use it for rice. So that's the first stage of our design. Then if we return to the data view, you can now see that all the field headings appears here. So after the design, I'm going to start entering data now. So I'll go to interview ID, I'll type 1. Then for name, I'll type Peter. Gender for male is 1. Designate that. Then for age, I will type 15. Rice, do you like our rice, the quality of our rice? Answer no. So I'll pick 0. 0 represent no, while 1 represent yes. So now after typing this, you can come to these value labels and just click on it, the system turns it to the real value. So you continue doing that. So I'll type 2, and so Mariam is female, so I'll type 2. Then here I will, the age is 20. Then do you like the quality of our rice? Yes, answer is 1. So I will continue to fill all the other ones, then from there we'll move on. So number 18, Maggie is female. Female is 2, and the age is 25. And do you like kiss? Maggie likes that. Then Chifundu. Chifundu is female 2, and the age is 22, and he doesn't like the rice. Then Selena is female 2, age is 25, and likes our rice. So that's how our data looks like, and you can always use this to flip it between the values that you assign to those variables. So that's basically how it is. So I'm going to analyze this data to see the percentage of males to female that responded to the question that was asked. So I'll go to analyze, descriptive, statistics, frequencies. From here, I will pick gender, and I'll pick the question, do you like the quality of our rice? Then first of all, I'll click on chart. I'll pick bar chart. Then chart values. I'm picking frequencies. You can also pick percentage. So I'll click on continue, and I'll click OK. So the system will automatically plot. So it has plotted the graph. So what it's telling me here is that the total number of entry for gender was 20. There was none that was missing, and that's under frequencies. Then under the frequency table, you can see here that we have a total of 10 males and 10 female. So that's 50% on both sides. Then did you like the quality of our rice? So for no, we had a total of 9 responses. Then for yes, we had 11 responses, making a total of 20. So that's 45% to 55% as shown here. Then of course that's the graph. So this graph shows the percentage of male to female that responded, and also shows the frequency of those who says yes to no. So this is simply a way of analyzing the data that you have on your data view environment. So it's also possible to copy your statistics or statistical data from this environment to Microsoft Word. For example, if I want this on Word, I will just right click here and I click copy, and I'll move to Word and my empty Word document. I choose where I want to paste it, right click and click on paste, and the system pastes it there. I can even further modify it the way I want it. So moving further, I could it's possible to do more, analyze more of this data. So I will go to analyze, then I move to descriptive statistics, frequencies. This time around, instead of picking chart, I'm going to pick statistics. So, but I'm not going to use the same variable. So I'm going to reset this. So everything gets here. So I'm going to look at the age. I'm going to use the age variable to work on my statistics. Now the statistics here is divided into 4 sections. We have the percentile values, we have central tendencies, and dispersion. So under percentile values, I'll pick quartiles. Then here I can pick mean and median, if you like mode, even the summation, you can pick all that. Then under dispersion, I can pick standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. So I want the system to work this out and show me what will be the values as associated with age. So I'll click OK, and I click OK. So once you do this, this is what you're going to have. The system is telling you, so here you have the first chart under frequencies, we have statistics, we have age, and here the system is telling me that the valid entries here are 20, no, there's none that is missing. The mean is 20.5, median is that, and the mode is that, standard deviation, the minimum age is that, the maximum age is this, the sum of this is this, and it works out the other values for the percentile. So looking down here, you will also find that these informations are further broken down in a way that we can understand. So for those who are 13 years old, the frequency was 1, and percentage is 5.0. the valid entry is 5 point, cumulative is 5. So for 15, you have this up to 26 here. So you can see from here that the highest age of that reflected here is 25. This appears 5 times, and that's the valid percentage for this. So this is possible. SPSS gives you all these options to analyze further. So if you're working on a project that you really want to analyze to know, like maybe in voting, you want to know the percentage of those who really turn out to vote, then this is a good environment to use to analyze your data. So let me explain some of those quantities that I use. Mean is the average of all the numbers. Median, this is a middle number when in order. Mode is the most common number. Range is the largest number minus the smallest number. Standard deviation is a quantity expressing by how much the members of a group differ from the mean value for that group. Then percentile, a value below which a percentage of data falls. So I'm going to do one more thing. I'll go to analysis, I'll go to descriptive statistics, then I'll pick cross tabs. So here I'm going to reset this. So I'm going to compare something on gender and age, and I want to click on statistics. So I want to see the correlation between this, and I could just go ahead with what I've chosen there. Then now the system draws this out for me. So you can see here it brings in the age and specify the gender in terms of male and female. And from here you can see that when we have the highest number of age, which was 22, 3 of them were female, while 2 are male. So that's what we could do on that cluster. We could bring in some of these fields together and the system can analyze them all together. So thank you for listening.